This show is not appropriate for children. Guys, stay up and watch this.
Good evening and welcome to Constantly, your weekly ADD theater and pop culture extravaganza. I'm your host, Bamba. With me as always, Backwater.
I'm here.
And Samurai.
Hey guys.
So saucy. So, before we get started, I want to thank, we would like to thank all the viewers out there for making our New Year's Eve episode the #1 rated episode in the history of ever.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was cable, wasn't it?
I think it was basic cable, and it was double-digit number cable. So it's very complicated.
Double-digit number cable.
Like Channel 4.
Like it's not Channel 9, or it's not a triple digit like 137, 2 digits.
Okay.
And it's also within the northern region of the country, which is a little bit, it's not clearly defined.
Let's put it this way, it had some good reviews. So thank you, viewers.
Actually, we just had
Mr. Balabalot.
we did get a blog that the newspaper is going to actually do a story on it. So can't wait to see that, what that
Look
looks
forward
like.
to that.
Hopefully they don't make us look like idiots, because
Hopefully the newspaper doesn't sell out. That's all I got to say.
We make ours.
they're going to actually sell out on the internet. So many people are going to click on the story.
Yes.
It's going to sell out on the
Melt
internet.
down.
It may break the internet.
It could. Then my master plan of rewiring the internet could come into play.
Uh-oh.
Because if I could do that, I could pretty much write my own check.
Yeah.
You want on?
You know what?
I'll let
You
you
wouldn't
log
even
on.
have to cash that check.
I'll let you log
could
on.
cash that check online with your rewired internet.
From my private island made of gold.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
So, I mean, honestly, that's I have a friend and we developed a business plan.
First of all, this is already a
Yeah,
lie.
I know, it's a farce. No friends. But we said that we were going to
Oh, I thought that meant the conversation was over.
No, the rewiring the
Okay.
internet thing. I'm going back to it.
Okay.
Because how did it start?
I don't know, but when's it going to end?
It never. It's going to happen. We're going to be like injecting them in the back of our head and...
I meant this topic.
Okay, now. Speaking of topics,
That was great.
tonight, just like every night, we have 3 topics. We'll talk about them
One
for
of them which wasn't-
approximately 5 minutes each. What?
I said one of them which wasn't the internet, so what a waste of some time.
I think it was a valuable use of our viewers' time.
Did we just give them an extra tasty bonus subject?
Free?
You're welcome.
Did you pay for it? It
You're
was
welcome.
super
Sorry it
sized
sucked.
without the 39
That
cent
is for
upgrade.
all of the New Year's episode love. That's what we do.
That's what we do. You give us love by watching, we give it back by this magic.
Showing up outside your house, scantily clad.
And stalking. Hopefully you don't
One-
mind that. By the way,
had
One
to get
viewer
used to
at
it.
a time.
I think your
Had to
name
get
was
used to the
Tina.
stalking.
Could you move the couch back to where it is? It's kind of blocking my view. Tonight's subjects are internet dating versus old personal ads.
Ooh.
No, wait a second.
So,
old person ads or old person?
Either one.
Okay.
Either one. We could go. We can, so like Jay and I will talk about dating in our day, and then you can talk about it nowadays.
Okay.
Okay. Coffee mugs. That's why we have this vast array of beautiful coffee mugs.
In coffee.
And I'll tell you, if I've ever been excited about a subject, it is coffee mugs. I've actually kind of buzzing right now. So then we'll have our deep and in-depth soil minute, and follow it with favorite big cities.
You know what you just did there?
What did I do?
You took the viewer on a kind
quick-
of just an
like a summary.
idea of what we're going to do, and you basically, they are not going to get up and go to the bathroom.
Never.
Because why would they?
Again, and you know what the best thing is if there are people at home watching this, which we know better than that, but if you are at home watching this, they've actually taken notes and said internet dating, coffee mugs, and favorite big cities, and at the end of the show they're going to be like, they didn't talk about any of them.
Yeah.
So why does he even bring them up? I'll tell you why I bring it up, because that's our springboard. Speaking of springboards,
Ooh.
personal ads. Okay, now, when we were young and we were dating, when we were
You dated.
16, 17 like you are,
When Bob and I were young and dated each
When I
other,
was
when we were
16.
dating each other,
and when you were 16,
we met through these tiny little ads in newspapers. Do you remember those things?
I do remember those
And
things.
do you remember the guy that you could
What's
send
the
off and he could tell you how
newspaper?
to sell things in these tiny little ads? in newspapers across the country.
Yes.
What was his name? Anybody? Do you remember the
Newspaper
guy that
man.
was the tiny little ads?
Was it Gary
Dr.
Trudeau?
Dave.
No, it's like it was like one of those guys.
Dr. Dave.
He was
Bamba.
like,
We've been invaded in the booth.
by whom?
Bears. Please say Bears.
It's Doth.
Oh.
Yeah. Next time, turn the lights on so I can see in there, because all I see is a whole bunch of darkness. And now I see it. Yes.
It's your fault.
And it's a vast improvement over what was in there before, sitting right there. So, for those of you that aren't able to see into our booth, because I'm sure a camera didn't go over that way, we had Darth Vader visiting us. So.
Yes.
I know. Settle down. The laughter should subside now.
He wanted our autographs.
He did. He wanted our autographs. We do have the 8x10 glassies available, suitable for framing. Mm-hmm. And he's still behind the soundboard, which I really hope he doesn't screw it up by his. They're going to be thinking
Oh.
it's an obscene phone call. So, internet dating. What can you tell us about it, Sam?
FarmersOnly.com. That's all I know.
Okay. Pretend like none of us know what that is.
I think it's pretty relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
It's obviously
self-explanatory.
relevant. That's what I'm asking you about it.
I mean, it's self-explanatory.
I don't think so, because I don't know what farmersonly.com is.
It's where farmers meet.
Do they buy
And fall in love.
Do they
With
buy
each other.
product there? Can you sell a combine on?
Do you think love is a product?
Depends what country we're in.
Well,
We're in the USA.
But what if I was in Bangkok?
I don't know. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble, okay?
but like, newspaper ads.
No,
Really?
we've got
Wow.
the newspaper ads. You have to tell us about the internet
I'm
because
curious.
we don't know.
I don't know. You think I need help with the? You think I need internet?
Whoa, that just happened.
Cocky.
Snooty McSnooterpants. Think I need help? Like we needed the newspaper.
Hey, did you hear about this guy? He's going to rewire the internet.
Oh. Well, good thing I can always check the
Think I'll need any help
newspaper.
then?
You should rewire some newspapers, too,
I
while you're at
should.
it.
I should. Well, if I rewired the internet.
Well, after you're done rewiring the internet, you might as well get to newspapers. Get up under there and start wiring. Maybe you can get the personal ads back. Remember there used to be, and it's probably the same in the internet version, where it's like there were a bunch of codes in there, and it was all shorthand for like the type of person you're looking for, like
The
What
type
you were
of
looking
thing-
at them to do.
Yeah, what you
single white
wanted.
female.
How
That's-
much you're willing to pay. Yeah,
So was it like SWF?
Yes, that was it.
Yep.
And it was also a movie.
Yeah, because you're limited to the number of
Starring
letters
Bridget
you
Fonda.
could write, right? You could only like you
And-
had 150
Oh,
characters.
boy. Oh, and what's her
SWF,
name?
single white female.
Yeah.
With
And what's her name from?
You've Got Mail?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Wasn't she?
Phoebe Cates.
Are you saying this because
Can we have somebody Google that, please?
wasn't Jennifer Jason Leigh?
I don't think she was.
She was.
Was she?
Can somebody give me a?
Jennifer Jason Leigh. And Fast Times.
Am I to? Oh, I do this all the time on the stupid show where I say something so dumb.
And then we go back. And
I
we all
think that
laugh.
one's right.
You know what I think about internet?
If the booth isn't going to help,
No, that's
the
for
booth
the
help.
love of God. We've been trying to figure out for the last 10 minutes. What do you feel about internet banking or dating?
Well, internet dating. I love how on like eHarmony they're like, did you know that people are 20% more likely to find love when they're on eHarmony.com? It's like, well, because they're looking.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. Bam!
That
The booth got the answer.
that bothers me. Those statistics are just so
20%.
floppy. Well, whatever they say, I don't know what the number
20%?
is. You know, like, oh, people on Match.com are like 10% more likely to find love. Whatever it is.
Why do they all say it like that?
To make it sound lovely.
like other commercials.
Well, because it's a guy. It's usually a guy doing the commercials. So that was my
That's what
impression.
guys sound like.
I was looking
So not only do you not have any problem meeting guys, we all sound like that to you.
It's called charisma.
Sam, can we buy you a beer?
You know what? There was shorthand for that in the newspaper. It was low talker, weird hands. It was LTWH.
And Sam's like, oh my God, I have two of them. I work with.
I didn't start to build and you wanted to make out with me.
Wasn't he
So-
in Lost in Space?
I actually know somebody who was in Lost in Space.
What?
We won't. He's also in Matilda. He's my friend.
Oh,
Like
can't-
a real actor?
Charlie Cosmo.
Or was it like?
He does have a Wikipedia page, but so do you. So if you can sit, don't you?
I
I
don't
need
have a
IMDb.
wiki page.
Well, DW does,
W has a wiki page?
I think.
To the internet.
Confirm.
Confirm. No, he's got an IMDb. You don't got a wiki page.
Oh yeah, IMDb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Wrong generational.
Yeah, we aren't that important.
You could be that important.
Well, you could be too.
You could make your own, can't you?
You guys have both got a Wikipedia page right here in my chest.
Right here in my heart.
Yeah.
My heart.
Wow.
So,
that's
internet dating, how do you really feel about
It
it?
says my favoriteest girl in the whole world that's sitting next to me right now.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks
Jay.
for clearing that one up.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
So, you've never actually done the internet dating thing?
You haven't?
I haven't, no.
Does your wife know that?
We
you do
didn't
it?
even have the internet when I was dating, so it was still me.
I actually dated the internet for a while.
I did that.
I dated her. You seen that?
That's okay. All right,
It's
let's go
Joaquin
into it.
Phoenix,
Let's go
right?
into it.
It's Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
right?
So you know he's
He
gonna
is
cry.
so talented. He's
gonna
such a good
cry.
rapper.
He's gonna cry. Every film that he does, it's imperative. It's in his contract. Just like, give me somebody that always shows her boobs.
My mom.
Just like Jay's mom in her films has to show her breast.
Is that why she was FaceTiming you earlier?
Actually, she was someone who called.
I know.
Just like that.
It's funny because he had her under, like, Mom's Cell or Molly Wall. He had it under two different things. He put his mom's number in twice.
Well, not that Sam's judging at all. So, what we got out of this whole segment was Sam has no problem getting dates.
Yeah.
Neither do you guys.
She thinks all men talk like this. And she makes fun of you for your phone calls.
Sounds like a great segment.
That's gold right there.
Let's just end it right
Let's
here.
just bottle it up.
And by end it, let's just
Let's
end our
sell that on
lives.
the shelves.
Let's put that in a coffee mug.
All right, so we never did get to the question.
What was the question?
Okay, this comes from Bart from Orinoco. Orinoco? Is that right?
Or unlocal.
What?
Orinoco.
Orinoco. That's what I said. They're called Q-tips. Use them. In my day, we used sneaky newspaper ads to have affairs and meet socially awkward. I'm assuming people would come after that. Why are we all laughing? How do you young people that now... Who wrote this?
How do you young people? How do young?
Did you do this on purpose,
people
Dave?
do that now? How do you young people do that now?
How do you young people do that now? From...
And please take off your shirt.
Oh God. We're gonna have we'll have the scene from Stand By Me. Everybody's gonna be projectile vomiting. So I'll start. I think that was at you actually.
No. This is PG.
Wait,
This is
wait.
PG.
Where's Justin? Could we get some of them cherries that you were talking about out there? Let's get a couple of those in Sam, and that might change. He's got like moonshine strawberries or something.
Cherries.
Yeah.
Moonshine cherries.
They're maraschino cherries, but they're soaked in
Oh, booze.
booze. So yeah. What was the question?
It was this. There you go. In my day, we used sneaky newspaper ads to have affairs and meet socially awkward. How do you young people do that now? And please take off your shirt. Bart.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Can I go on this one or?
I'll tell you, the socially awkward part we don't cover.
The only thing that changed was that it's instead of using newspapers, you use the internet now,
Yeah.
and it's way easier.
And
You don't have to call up the newspaper. Yes, I would like to put in an ad. I like to do really weird things. Would you like to do really weird things with me?
And he would be like what?
Please go. Garden. Wink, wink.
Garden wink wink. What does that mean?
the person reading will know. Please don't shame me. Goodbye.
I'm not shaming, I just want to know.
Well, how about clean garages, if you know what I mean?
Don't know what you mean. Spell it out.
I don't even know what I mean anymore. I'm so confused.
I don't know what that means
I just want to
either.
do weird things with other people. I don't even know
What kind of
what
weird
it
things
is.
would you like to
I
do?
don't know. How about compare pickles?
Compare. Well, there's no
No, nothing dirty. I'm a pickle aficionado. all right?
there's no hiding behind that one. That's pretty
That
self-explanatory.
was weird, but I liked it, and I think it was successful.
That's
You
kinda-
should really be a typewriter.
That kind
You
of
know what that person
explains
called?
our dating time.
That person-
It was weird, but kind of
Awkward.
liked it.
Yeah.
So the socially awkward part, comic book convention. You ever want to be like you're beautiful to begin with, but if you ever want to be the hottest chick on earth, go to a comic book convention.
I'll keep that in mind. And self-confidence is at that all-time low.
Yeah, you just be like, Bamba, when's the next comic? Because I usually know when they are, and I'll tell you where they're at, and then you can just show up, and everybody be like, oh my God, check out the hot chick. The problem is, everybody there thinks like I went with. You'll appreciate this. I went with Brian Myers. So Chewy, if you're at home watching this is for you, buddy. The last one we were at, we're walking through the comic book convention. He's like, dude, do you know what the thing about this is? And I go, what? And he goes, comic book conventions. And I'm like, no, what about this? And he says, we're the two coolest dudes here. And I said, you know what the really funny thing is, Brian? And he said, what? I go, everywhere you see two guys, they're saying the exact same thing right now. Dude, we are so awesome. So, comic book convention, socially awkward. There, we covered it.
All right.
Next subject, coffee mugs. How can we go wrong with a subject like this?
What if you put another personal ad in the back of a comic?
Oh, we're going back.
Well,
I don't know that you can anymore.
Sell grit and also single white male looking
Grit.
for
Sell grit.
cosplay friend.
You could get your
Cosplay
thousand army men for
Yeah.
$2 if you
Selling
sold.
grit.
Do you even know what grit is?
No, nobody does.
See, back in the day, we used to buy comic books, and in the back of comic books, there was an ad to sell Grit magazine. And if you sold Grit, what was it? And did anybody actually ever see
actually
a Grit
heard of
magazine?
anybody that did that.
I think it would be about soil or something.
That's where young DW got his
W cut his
start.
teeth writing for Grit magazine.
Hi,
Let's ask him about
I'm
this
DW, and I'm
moment.
selling Grit magazine door to door to earn army men.
Are you
Yes.
interested?
Kevin, you actually sold Grit. Yeah, and what did you ever get your army men? Okay, well.
Oh, research
Wow.
report.
And were they awesome? Okay. What was wrong with them?
They were
blue.
They were all deserter army men.
They're Skymen, I guess, if they're blue.
Well, did you ever send away for the 1,000 army men in the Foot Locker?
No, I did not. I did send
You
away.
don't have any
I
idea.
didn't yet.
Because they didn't have comic books. They were all digital when you were old enough,
Well,
right?
they weren't,
Well,
but-
the 1,000 army men for $5, I think it was. You got them, and from an angle, they looked like army men. But if you turn them sideways, they were like a third of an inch thick. So, okay, so now we're on coffee mugs.
Oh, thank goodness.
And before we get started, I hear we've got a trick.
This is
Do we have a camera on this mug?
This is a subject that needed to be addressed, frankly.
Is this-
and
is
I
this-
campaigned for this
Careful,
one
now
personally.
don't hurt yourself. We don't have any insurance, so don't laugh either, because if you get any on the table.
So this is the
Oh
magic
my
cup?
gosh.
Oh, baby
Check
Jesus, look at
yourself.
that.
Wow.
Are you capturing this on live television right
Do
now?
you believe
Live
in
television.
miracles?
How do they do it?
I mean, it just,
think so.
if we only had a little more in there.
Oh, they have
there we go.
signs.
Oh man, top me off, hon.
Woo! Okay, that-
Woo,
Thanks.
that's perfect.
fantastic.
She just earned her
And
10%
here it
tip.
comes.
So, we can either continue with trying to do a show, or we could just watch this for 10 minutes and really have more entertaining
More entertaining, huh?
value. I don't know. entertainment value. Where was I?
There you
going?
go.
I'm actually.
Wrong.
There we go.
There you go. Just wrong.
Part of
That's all it is.
speech.
You're just wrong. So,
Wrong word use.
so that was really, really neat. I've never seen something like that before.
And I betcha. What do you think? When do you think that
And you
cup
know
was
what I'm
made?
thinking? They kind of wasted
90s
it on
for sure.
constellations.
What's that?
No, I did once. I was at a party and I didn't agree with it, but the only glass that they had was it was a young lady in a bikini.
Oh! Once you fill that up,
As you
Sounds
poured,
so
as you poured
filthy.
beer into the glass,
yeah,
her bikini top disintegrated, and then I felt awkward
because you just drank a bikini top.
because the joke was on me. Ha Look at
I
that.
would drink that beer very, very fast just to clothe that woman again and let her have
And
her
I
dignity
did.
back.
I had principles.
See, that's why I'm here with you right
Actually, if I remember correctly, they didn't have beer. It was Red Bull and vodka. So even if you drank it fast, it was like you were.
Well, you were thinking that already.
Yeah, true. So this question comes from Marvin Clark. Why on earth are you using hundreds of thousands of dollars to broadcast a show about mugs? Well, Marvin, you have. Well, if you took how much money we actually make or spend on the show and add hundreds of thousands of dollars, you'll get what we actually spend on
Let's
the
just
show.
be honest with them.
Yeah.
We got big grants from the mug lobbying.
It's
And we are, this television show is pro-mug, and we just want to make that clear to everybody that we support mug makers' efforts.
We do.
We support the distribution of mugs. We support mug
Awareness.
awareness, a mug.
Mug love.
How are you feeling?
societies.
How are you feeling?
If
Put it on
you-
your mug.
If you are going to, if you want a personal ad instead of the newspaper or the internet, put it on a mug. Say, this is my mug. I need a hug, and I bet you a fine lady or gentleman will come and hug you.
I know, Jay, if
Fall in love.
if I walked up to a table and you were sitting there and you had a mug that said, "This is my mug, I need a hug," I would probably make out with you. We don't take a lot of political stance here on Off Constantly. We try to keep it light.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the mug industry, we have to take a stance
They're
because
mugging awesome.
you know, because of large corporations like Starbucks and Caribou, they're putting mugs out of business. The days where you walk into the office and actually make a pot of coffee, not just a cup, but a pot, they're going away. Because if it isn't Starbucks or Caribou, it's them damn Keurig stupid things that only do one cup at a time. I mean, you know who invented that? Satan. That's who invented it, because before you would have mugs of coffee around.
What happens when you want to warm up?
Exactly.
You just
Do
need a little warm
they
up.
do half shots now?
In the
Yeah.
70s, every room was lousy with mugs. They were everywhere. You couldn't even walk through a room.
It was
without
so
tripping
muggy in
over
there,
it.
wasn't it?
And
It
not
was
only
so
that,
very muggy.
people were really
It's like-
hairy in the 70s.
Yes.
Hairy?
Hairy. Like
Yes,
they
they
had
were.
hair. What happened between the 70s and
Filthy
today?
hairy.
Why won't you get a
Half the time they-
mustache?
Well, I mean, I could grow, well,
You
I
look
could
good.
attempt to grow a mustache, but like, you saw, like, look at Harrison Ford in Star Wars. It looks like Chewbacca's under his shirt. I mean, men had hair.
Did you see those pictures that Peter Mayhew posted on Twitter?
I did. Why are we whispering?
Because I don't want the audience to hear our side conversation.
Not like we're, in the middle of a show.
This isn't for them. It's for me and you.
Okay, okay. I did see him, but was there one in particular we're talking
All
about?
of them were so awesome.
They're awesome.
Have
Okay.
you seen Nicolas Cage face on things? They put like Nicolas Cage's face on like
No.
Voldemort or like just
What if they
any-
put Nic-
See,
what if they,
there is
what if they put it on a
our
mug?
of
What
the
if
gender gap, or not the
Nicolas,
gender gap,
Nicolas
the
Cage's
generation
face
gap.
on a mug?
Because that would be
I do
awesome.
that.
We're talking Star Wars. You go to Nicholas.
Okay, here's this. I got to get this idea out
Okay,
there. Somebody
okay,
might make
okay.
it. Okay.
You're talking Harrison Ford.
Nicolas Cage's face is on this mug.
And? No, now we're fighting.
Nicolas Cage's face is on the mug, right?
Yeah.
Pouring hot water liquid. It's
Han Solo.
No, it's John Travolta's face then.
He grows hair.
That's Brad.
Oh, genius.
Oh!
All right.
Why do I have this miserable life when I come up with such awesome stuff
and
like
mugs
that?
and hours of entertainment, let's throw it to W. Thank you, Bamba. I'm D.W. Bauer. This is Off Constantly Soil Minute. Today I'm going to talk about permafrost. Now, for those of you who turn in just for the Soil Minute, and I've gotten letters from you, so I know you're out there, permafrost is a gelisol. It's from the soil order Gelisol. Now, permafrost is
it jello?
soil that is formed, that's frozen for more than 2 consecutive years. Wow. All right? But there is none that exists in Minnesota, even though we're 20 degrees below zero in the winter. There are some that exist in the alpine areas. Otherwise, the United States, you'd find the permafrost in Alaska. There's also large amounts in Canada, and the country that has the most permafrost would be that cold place that hosts Siberia, and that's Russia. So, permafrost, frozen soils. If you're going to build a house on permafrost, you're going to want to put wood pilings, which are big wood posts, down 15 feet below the permafrost. And then your house would not melt through the permafrost. So, that's your Soil Minute, and I'm D.W. Bauer. Back to you, Bamba.
Thanks, W. So I learned a few things. Sam, what did you learn
What were we going to ask him
about?
earlier?
You can ask away.
I don't.
Oh my gosh, I thought that said something else.
Yeah, I did too. But I learned a couple of things. Number one,
You know
was
what?
the
Gelisol.
Gelisol.
Is it jealous of all the other soils?
It not only that, but Gelisol was the name I danced under in college. And
I don't think you're
what was
ready
the other
for
one?
that, Gelisol.
Permafrost?
I don't think you're ready.
Permafrost was a chick I dated in college.
I did her too.
She was a.
Did you guys meet in an ad?
We did.
You did.
Yep. And the funny thing
I
is,
like pina colada. She liked dancing in the rain.
Dave.
And then you guys came up with the idea for this show.
And then we did. And then somebody stole it, of course, because we didn't have enough money to secure the rights to
Yeah.
it. So, F-U, MTV.
Ooh. That's a wrap, folks.
Why?
Because it's weird.
Why is that weird? It's totally normal, right?
Peas and carrots in your beer.
All right. Good night. Thank you for watching, and even if you're not, thanks anyway.
Bum 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 ba bum ba. Off constantly.